Hey, it's Dr. Mike. I'm here today to talk about neck tension, neck pain. If you're someone who's maybe using your phone a lot or on your computer a lot, this video is going to be helpful for you. So today we're going to go over 3 stretches that you can easily do within 4 minutes that you can do at work or at home. And simply, we're focusing on releasing the muscles of the neck area. Now, it's one thing for me to actually teach you the exercise, but it's another thing to explain why we're doing the exercises. So for some reason, you may be dealing with some more tension or some more tightness around the neck area. And the primary reason we see that as physical therapists is we know that a lot of the times we are caught in these suboptimal positions where we're either using a phone looking down or either have a forward head posture looking down at screens for long hours of the day. And what we tend to notice that happen over time is a lot of these muscles of the front of the neck get very tight and becomes very difficult to get in that good posture. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you how you can lengthen a lot of the neck muscles, and make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna teach you one postural exercise that you can easily do with the small resistance band that's gonna help reset your posture. So we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna encourage you to follow along here. So the first one's called a sternocleidomastoid stretch. Sounds like a crazy word, but the reason why it's called sternocleidomastoid is because we're focusing on the muscle that attaches to the sternum and the clavicle, all the way back to the mastoid process behind the ear here. So when I turn my head, you can actually see that muscle pop out. And it's actually one of the muscles that gets very tight and causes torticollis in kids. So we're gonna focus on lengthening that muscle. And each of these stretches, we're gonna try to hold for 30 seconds. And so the first one, if I'm focusing on my right side, and I encourage you to do both, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna do the right side only. We're gonna have you actually side bend away from the right side. So I'm bringing my ear to my shoulder, and then I'm actually gonna rotate towards that side. And when you do that, you're gonna feel a nice pull all the way behind your ear, all the way down to kind of your sternum area. And we're gonna hold here for about 20 seconds, taking a deep breath. Out through your mouth. Good. And each time you take a deep breath, you should almost feel like you can go a little bit further into that stretch. And that's gonna really help release that sternocleidomastoid muscle there on the front of the neck. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, we're gonna focus on the Levator Scap stretch. And this muscle is a very stubborn muscle. It's a small muscle that goes from the vertebrae on the back of our neck all the way into our shoulder blade. So when we do this, we should feel that on that back side there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take one arm and you're gonna place that hand in your lower back. And while you're looking down to the opposite shoulder, you're gonna imagine like this elbow here is pulling down to the ground. Okay, so I'm looking down towards my left shoulder, but my right elbow is trying to reach down towards the ground, and I'm feeling a nice good pull on that side. And we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds again, taking a couple deep breaths. And each time we're trying to sink that elbow even further, sink that chin down towards your opposite shoulder. Very good. So we've gone over the second stretch. Now we're gonna work on the third and the last stretch. And this is gonna be called the suboccipital release. Suboccipitals are the small, tiny muscles behind our skull here. And so when we have this kind of forward head posture, what happens is a lot of these muscles become shortened and they become really tight, and they can be a major cause for headaches. So you might be dealing with headaches kind of across the forehead, even in the temporalis muscle, which is a muscle on the skull here. But releasing the suboccipitals behind the neck can actually give you some relief. So we're gonna turn around and work on the suboccipital release. You're gonna feel that notch on the back of your skull there, and you're actually gonna go below that, okay? So you can use your thumbs or you can use your fingers, whatever works best for you. And so we'll start off with your thumbs, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your thumbs, you're gonna gently push into the muscles, and imagine as if you're lifting your skull upward, okay? So you can do it with this technique here, and you're gonna feel some pressure along the back of the neck, even the cervical spine kind of lifting away. If we wanna try the other technique, maybe we can't get a good hold with our thumbs. We're gonna find that occipital protuberance, which is that bony area on the back of our skull. We're gonna go just below that. You're gonna take those fingers and you're gonna lift upward, releasing the tightness on those muscles. Now, if you feel like you're not feeling it as much, you can always take your fingers and go a little deeper, as far as going deeper onto the muscle belly. And we're gonna take a couple deep breaths, releasing the back of the skull. Good. Just like that. So 3 stretches that we've already worked on. If you stuck around this far and you feel like this information is valuable for you, please hit that subscribe and like button to support this channel. So let's move on to the last exercise that I promised to help reset your posture after you've done all these stretches. We're gonna use a light resistance band for this exercise, and I'm actually gonna face my palms up here, trying to keep my elbows down close to my side, okay? Also notice the position of my wrist in relation to my elbow. I'm not up high here, but I'm not down low. I'm kind of nice and even with my elbow here. And so taking that band, and if I don't feel enough resistance, I can always double up on the band. Now each band that you have obviously is gonna have different resistance, so you might wanna start off with something minimal, moderate resistance, something light. But all we're trying to do is turn on and facilitate a lot of the back muscles that help us kind of stand more upright and sit more upright. So when you're holding the band, your elbows are gonna be tucked down at your side. Your thumbs are gonna be facing outward like this, and you're going to pull those thumbs outward. Immediately, you should feel some of those muscles on the back of the shoulder blade kick on, and you're gonna hold it there, and I'm gonna challenge you to hold it there for 10 seconds. Now, the purpose of you holding this isometric contraction is gonna really help facilitate and wake up all those muscles, versus us just kind of sitting here doing this. I get more bang for my buck if I can do at least 5 repetitions, holding for 10 seconds, and then relaxing. Okay, so if that was 1 rep, I'm gonna do a 2nd rep just to demonstrate for you guys. Remember, we're not going in this posture here. I want you to really stand up nice and tall, get your elbows tucked at your side, and we're pulling our wrist outward, not our elbows, okay? Elbows are glued to our side. We're pulling those wrists outward. If you see from this side, I'm gonna feel a lot of recruitment from those muscles on the back there. Perfect. So those are the 4 exercises that you can easily do at home or at work to help release the tension and the pain in your neck. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.